Be seated. Mayor's Court is in session. Now, is Her Majesty's Counsel for Defense, most generous and gentle, prepared to offer the solace of Her Majesty's merciful laws to the greatest extent it is possible?
I am, Your Honor.
Master Prosecuting Counsel, are you prepared at this time to relentlessly pursue those who would violate Her Majesty's rightful laws and risk her wrath?
Ready, Your Honor!
Call for the first case to be brought before this august court.
Calling case of Goodwife Spoonworthy against the charlatan and thief who calls himself Ptolemy of Hypnotraphy.
Objection! Objection sustained. Order, please. Order, please. Objection sustained. Bailiff cannot call the prisoner a thief and a charlatan in the name of the case. I get to decide who is a thief and a charlatan.
Your Honor, my objection is just to the name. It's going to be hard to pronounce.
What is the case against Amadeus Hippocommotion?
Ptolemaious Hypnotraphy.
He is a charlatan and a thief and deals in black magic.
You hired me to perform what you call black magic.
And it did not work.
Prosecutor, what is the case?
Mistress Goodwife Spoonworthy here complained that her husband is a wastrel and a layabout who performs no good service to the family nor to the community.
Clement is not but a drunken, foolish lout, one of many, it seems.
Master Hypnotraphy here arrives and makes claim that he is able, through the ancient mystics of the ancient mystic sleep temples of the ancient Egypt and the Vedas of the distant Hindus of the far distant Indies, that he is able to inspire Master Spoonworthy to become all that he is not. A good worker, a good husband, and a model of Christian charity.
And he charged me 4 shillings 6 pence. And then he waved his arms like a lunatic and droned on and on at Clem until he fell asleep. And while he was still sleeping, he did move on his way with my coin in his purse. I did not pay him 4 and 6 to put Clem to sleep. Once he's done drinking, he can do that himself.
Thou dost not understand the secret methods of the sleep temples. Why, the great father of healing himself, Hippocrates, did claim my process to be a most efficacious treatment. The afflictions of the body, the soul can see quite well with shut eyes.
I'm gonna need that. Aye, Clem is troubled with the wind, and a blind man might be able to find him in the dark. But all of your defecatorious treatment helped that not at all, nor anything else.
Master Counsel for Defense, stands there any support for Master...
Hypnotraphy!
Herpetography, that's it. Master Herpetography's.
Your Honor, with all due respect, herpetography is a word describing the act of writing about snakes.
Well, it's close.
While the practice has a long respected and honored history, that is not what we concern ourselves with today. There are indeed, the scholars tell us, many examples of healers using the powers of the mind to effect treatments for illnesses and complaints.
Yet not but a fool would believe that such obscure and exotic knowledge could be found in such a wandering derelict such as yourself. A derelict.
I believe it.
Oh.
You are charged with defending me and getting back my 4 shillings 6 pence, whether you think me a fool or no.
This has gone far enough! Thinkest me a derelict?
Yes.
Would a derelict be in possession of one of the great treasures of the Far East? This amulet was presented to the great Emperor of China
by the hand of Anubis himself, in the presence of Julius Caesar and Alexander the Great, before they left for the lost city of Atlantis. Gaze upon it. Look how it glistens as if newly forged in the fires of Ilium. Back and forth. Back and forth.
Your Honor, Lord Mayor. They are entranced, Ptolemaeus.
Most excellent. Make haste, cut their purses, check for jewelry. Mayor Cornbury and officers of the court, hearken to my words. In a few moments I shall return thee to thy good senses.
No, nay not. I think that is not possible.
In a few moments I shall return thee to normal, and what? Thou shalt find the defendant innocent of any charges and calumnies placed against him, and yea, thou shalt place him in a seat of honor and praise him most high, and thou shalt treat Mistress Spoonworthy the same, and thou shalt remunerate him through what? Pay him that which he is owed. Pay him that which is owed to any man. And I shall give thee a secret command.
Nay, do not do that. Remember the last time.
At the sound of thy people responding to God save the Queen, thou shalt hold and soft for a moment. Odds teeth, how did you people make it so far into fair without being properly trained? Let's try again. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
I think we can do better. Gaze upon the long-lost amulet of the great Emperor of China.
Save it, Ptolemaeus. They are half entranced already.
Well now, whenever thou goes about thy business here at Nottingham, you hear the words, God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
Thou art to respond in kind. One more time, God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
And I shall give thee a secret word.
On your head be it.
Whenever thou hearest the secret word, I want thee to scream really loud.
I warned thee.
And thy secret word shall be Archbishop. Most excellent. What did I tell thee? We are defiantly innocent of all charges and calumnies placed against you, and we shall place you in the seat of most respect, and we will read. Pay! 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 At the sound of thy people responding to God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
Oh, something most foolish.
Something most undignified. Thou shalt act as barnyard animals for the space of a heartbeat. I will now count to 3. You will awaken feeling refreshed, relaxed, and not flatulent. You will remember your secret command, but forget that I have received instructions. 1, 2, 3.
Order! The court takes Master Hypnotides for his most learned and expert testimony. Charges are dismissed, and the bailiff will see to it that he is reinterpolated.
Remunerated?
Whatever, paid. We shall sit here in the seat of honor.
Yes, please. I did tell you I was innocent. Please.
The court finds in favor of Ptolemaeus Hypnotides. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
Call the next case. Call the next case.
May I be heard this day, Your Honor?
The court recognizes Friar Tuck. We do. Do we not? We do nothing. The Queen has the royal we. I have the mayoral me. Fortunately, I do recognize Friar Tuck. What is it you wish, Mayor? Friar, I'm Mayor. You're
Mayor.
I know who I am.
Change. In fact, I actually would actually rather talk about this in your chambers in private, mayhap.
My good man, this is Mayor's Court. All is done in the full light of day, except on those days we have the high east winds, and then there's the rain we get sometimes. Nevertheless, in public, as is required by Her Majesty the Queen. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
Did the rye bread go bad again?
What is your case, Friar?
I stand here in state of attorney for another whose faithful representative I am.
Who is your client?
My client wishes to remain anonymous.
Your client could wish to be Cleopatra of the Nile. I've got something for his ass. This is Mayor's Court. Who's your client?
The Archbishop.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I'm sorry.
What was that now?
The Archbishop. Very well. My client brings complaint against the prisoner.
There does not seem to be a prisoner in court. Is there? Not a prisoner in court?
I have brought the prisoner.
Oh, a short fellow.
The prisoner appears to be a rat, Your Honor.
And why would the prisoner appear to be a rat?
That is because the prisoner is a rat, Your Honor. This particular rat, this vermin here, did a most shameful and sacrilegious act. At the height of Mass, at the very height of Mass, at the holy moment, at the elevation of the host, this rat was found behind the altar sampling the wafer, sending Mass into mass hysteria until the rat catcher could round him up and take him prisoner.
I see. And so the Archbishop, your client, wishes me to wishes permission from Mayor's Court to dispatch this rat. Why, he doesn't need Mayor's permission. He could have the rat catcher in town do it for a halfpenny, or he could, if he likes, I'll write him up an entire permit that he can kill as many as he likes. I always thought the Archbishop should have.
You scared me.
It's not a matter of writing him a permit. It's a matter of theology.
Theology.
This particular vermin his crime is a singular one. Surely you don't expect the Archbishop, client, to let this rat go to St. Peter in a state of grace?
Oh, he was eating the wafer.
Yes, he was eating the wafer.
Uh-huh. And so what is it that the Archbishop wants me to do?
Find him guilty of something. Anything.
It's preposterous to bring charges against an animal.
Oh, by no means. Why, trials against animals are quite common. Why, everything from mules to cats are in the books of English jurisprudence. Why, out in Sheffield, what they did tell of a pig that they put on trial for theft. Aye, dressed him up in a doublet for the trial they did, aye.
My defendant should be given an equal opportunity to present a suitable countenance in court. He must be given a doublet.
My client actually had a doublet made for him. It was very, very cute. He would have looked very good in court, but it went all ratty.
The court will ignore that. Counsel for prosecution, have you charges to bring against the prisoner?
Well, rats are carriers of disease. Some even suggest that they spread the great plagues of the Middle Ages.
You are so charged. How do you plead?
No, objection. This particular rat cannot be blamed for a plague that happened 2 centuries ago.
How about conspiracy and accessory after theft?
No, this is infamous.
Surely His Grace can simply observe the prisoner and witness his next sin and thus solve the problem in due time.
Nay, the prisoner has not exhibited any sins. No graven images, no coveting thy neighbor's wife, nothing!
What does the Magna Carta bring to this?
Well, now, when John Lackland signed the Magna Carta back in 1215.
No, actually, I think it's about 120.
No. There was no provisions for rotunda. No. Your client has no expectations of the rights that are provided an Englishman.
My client was born in England, same as you, same as I, same as His Honor, same as Her Majesty.
Might I suggest to the counsel for the defense that he take care with his comparisons?
I would have no fear to compare counsel for the prosecution with the back end of a horse.
Oh!
And may I say, a horse not in the bloom of health.
Might I suggest to the counsel of the defense that he step outside?
Might I remind the client for prosecution, we are outside.
The prosecution rests.
You sent that creature's soul to paradise! This is going to infuriate the Archbishop!
The Archbishop? You may tell the Archbishop. You may tell my archenemy, the Archbishop, the next time he decides that he needs this kind of task taken care of, he can go to the rat catcher in the village and pay a halfpenny just like everybody else. You may leave the court. And you may take the prisoner with you. Archbishop! Very well. I call the next case. Call the next case. What the devil? What is this matter?
You two!
Constables, what is the matter?
Your Honor, if you will, we need to find these three miscreants rolling in the street.
Roiling in the streets, say you?
Rolling!
Brawling in the streets! I'm glad you weren't roiling.
Well, we were not brawling or roiling or any of the other ings. We were practicing.
You were practicing.
That's an English start, yes.
Practicing
we
what,
were
may I
rehearsing a piece, yes. A new piece written by Shakespeare.
Dreadful name dropping. Well, I shall give you an opportunity
At least
to
it wasn't
prove.
written by the Archbishop.
Pray offer us some proof of your claim.
We would be happy to offer you some proof. We will rehearse for you as much as you like.
No.
Well, ladies, this indeed is a serious, tragic piece. Everybody, please put on your serious, tragic faces.
Already done.
We are rehearsing the final scene from a brand new play called Hamlet.
Ooh.
Hey, a boy in his pink. No, not quite. No. In all seriousness.
Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong. What I have done that might your nature, honor, and accepting roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. Was Hamlet wronged Laertes? Never Hamlet.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me to my revenge. But, till that time, I do receive your offered love, like love, and will not wrong it.
Come, sir, the foils.
One.
No!
Judgment.
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Well then. Again.
Another hit. What say you?
A touch. A touch, I do confess! I hurt you now. Yet, poison is a bit against my conscience.
Come for the third, Laertes. You do but dally.
Say so. Come on!
Nothing, either way.
Well then, I got you now.
Nay, come again.
Martin, they're incensed! Hilarity!
Hold! If you'd like to see the rest of the show, please do come join us at 1:45 on the Lionheart stage to see Passato Action Theater!
Huzzah!
This court judges you innocent and you may go under your own recognizance.
Privacy!
You're very welcome. You may leave the court. Bring the... Very well, let us stand here. Are there any other cases to put upon the docket?
The docket is clear, Your Honor.
I decide if the docket is clear. Well, odds bread, the docket is clear. We thank our counsel for the defense. We thank our counsel for the prosecution. We thank our bailiff. We thank our interpreter. We thank Mistress Spoonworthy. And of course, we thank our resident expert, Ptolemaeus Hypnotides.
At this time, you will forget about myself and Mistress Spoonworthy. Except for you. Put us on the docket first thing next week. Proceed, Your Honor. Thank you.
Bailiff, you may call the conclusion of Mayor's Court.
By authority of Her Majesty the Queen, and by authority of the Prime Minister, and the justices and officers of the Queen's Court, Mayor's Court is hereby concluded with the full weighty laws of England. God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
Thank you.
Archbishop! Ah!